My name is Jamie. This is my very first YouTube video, so if you're going to critique me, be nice. Might hurt my feelings. Just kidding, you won't. Critique away. I just kind of thought that I would tell you all about my homeschooling journey, and because I'm very new at it. We just started this back in December of 2018, and it is now February 2019. Again, my name is Jamie. I am an ER nurse. I work at a local trauma center here in the DFW Metroplex in Texas. And then my husband is a captain with one of the fire departments here in the Metroplex as well. And I am looking at notes over to the side, so I apologize if I'm looking off, but I just want to make sure that I cover everything. I don't know that I'll get into the curriculum that I'm using right now because I think that's might be a little bit too long-winded. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you about my children. I have 4 kids. One is 23. She is married. Just bought her first house. I am so proud of her. She went through public school, no problems. I have a 7-year-old little girl, and I have identical twin boys who are 6. The twin boys are in public school in kindergarten. They were preemies, and they have some pretty big speech delays. So they have to have some speech therapy, which I don't feel like I'm qualified to tackle right now anyways. Otherwise, I would love to homeschool them. I'm going to talk to you about Ella. Ella is 7 years old. She is a competitive gymnast. It's one reason why we homeschool. But I'm going to backtrack with her and let you know about her first year of kindergarten. We put her in public school here in our local school district, and it was probably the worst year ever for her. She hated it. She didn't like the work. She said that the girls were mean to her. She didn't have really any good, she had one good friend, but that was about it. And she just hated it. Midway through that year, we had a conference with the teachers because she wasn't learning anything, and she was not progressing in her reading. And they assured us, because I was going to pull her and hold her back a year, they assured us that she would be doing fine, that she was going to go to first grade, no problems. At the end of the year, it just didn't happen. She cried every single day when she came home before school. She didn't want to go. She didn't want to do the work. I mean, and that's just not normal. Kids are not like that. They want to learn. So, we had started her in gymnastics probably around 18 months. She would go off and on, and then right at 4 she started going pretty regularly, once or twice a week. So they wanted her to be on the team and compete the next season. So they invited us to come tour their, I'm going to call it like a co-op private school. It's 2 days a week, and they are supposed to teach the concepts, and then we reinforce them when they get home. So we went and toured the school, went to the meetings, all that kind of stuff, and we decided that public school was not going to be for her and that we would do this. Even if she didn't pursue gymnastics anymore, I think that would have been a good fit at the time. So we put her in there. They had to test her to see where she was at, and I already knew it wasn't going to go well, and she was not up to any kind of grade level with her reading. So we decided to put her in kindergarten again for the next school year. It was an ABECA program, so I knew that I didn't really know anything about homeschooling at this time. I knew that that was kind of advanced, so I thought, you know what, she can just review everything, and if anything, it'll be great for her. Again, her reading was suffering. The teacher, because it's a private school, she could tell me what she wanted and what she thought about Ella, and she thought that she was probably dyslexic. I went and tried to have her tested, but it was going to be thousands of dollars. I was going to get on the list for the Shriners Hospital, but that takes forever, and I didn't have forever. I mean, we're talking about her reading and her reading level and her being in a different grade than she's supposed to be at, because the grade thing is very, very important to her. So we finished out the school year. The ABECA program was fine. I didn't really understand it, so me not being able to help her didn't help. I just made her do the worksheets, and that was it. And the worksheets were, as far as the cursive work goes, she hated the handwriting part. So that school year went on, and we were done with that. And so I started looking at homeschooling. I started reviewing curriculum, all that I could online, just because I wasn't sure about this next year in first grade. And that would have been August 2018 is when she would start first grade in this school. So me and my husband, we milled over it, and we just decided to go ahead and put her in this school again. There were all new teachers. She would be put in with the second graders as well, so she would have that interaction with her friends and her fellow gymnasts. So we did, and at first everything was fine, except for I noticed that they weren't working with phonics or anything like that. They were just using the Abeka English or language, I think it was, and she was not learning how to read again. And part of this is my fault. I wasn't aware of that. I thought that they were going to teach all the concepts, and then we were just going to back them up at home. That is my fault. So through the course of it, she was blowing through the math. They were using spectral math. She blew through the first grade. She blew through the second grade. History, I think they were using knot graphs, which was fine. It was no problem there. For science, they were using Apologia. Apologia is wonderful. I liked it. I did not like the assignments, and neither did she. It made her hate science, which breaks my heart because I'm a science and a math nerd, and I really wanted her to like it. However, 4 months of birds got a little old, and I didn't think that some of the assignments were age appropriate. Maybe in a couple of years. So again, there was nothing against Apologia. It wasn't for her. So by Christmas break, I really sat down and I had to have a talk with my husband. I was still reviewing curriculum online just in case something happened. But I told him, I said, she is not progressing. She just isn't, it's not there. She doesn't like going to school anymore again. And I kind of feel like it was my fault because I should have just homeschooled her anyway. So we decided over the course of about 5-minute discussion, because we agreed so quickly, that we were just going to pull her and I was going to homeschool her. So no fault of the schools. They were doing exactly what they said they were going to. We pulled her and I started ordering curriculum. And that's how we got to this point. We started with BJU. I guess I will go into the curriculum because it's not been going for that long. I can tend to be long-winded, so hopefully this will all work. I had been looking at BJU for over a year. I really, really liked it. It was more like school. I could open up the book and it told me what to say. So I ordered first grade math. And first of all, I should have never done that because now it's for sale on my eBay page if you would like to go take a look. But it was way too easy. It was brand new. It just was way too easy. I didn't even open it up other than to look at the pages. She never even looked at it or saw it. So then I ordered just the second grade workbook and the teacher's manual off of eBay. We started with BJU Phonics and English 1, BJU Science 1, and Heritage Studies 1. Then I quickly realized, after doing a little bit more research, which I should have known, that in Texas we are not required, there's very few requirements for homeschool. You don't have to have science and you don't have to have history, and especially these lower grades. So in order for her to feel more comfortable, because she really wanted to be in second grade, I reordered, I ordered it used. I didn't order it brand new because I had just ordered some other stuff. I ordered Science 2 from BJU and Heritage Studies 2. I got them, actually one of them I got at Half Price Books. So we are doing that now. So we started the BJU, like I said earlier, the BJU Phonics and English 1, and she's really progressed. I mean, she really progressed, but it's taking forever. And it's only been maybe a month and a half, and she was doing well, but I felt like I'd been hearing a lot about The Good and the Beautiful, and all the controversy over it, and we just took a look at it, and I downloaded level 1 for the free, and we looked at it, and she was like, oh, no, I want to stick with what I'm doing. But something was telling me that something wasn't right. So I ordered the Good and the Beautiful level K. I had her take the test. She could have done level 1, but I feel like after looking at everything in level K that there was some things that would have been missing, and I am so glad that I did. Once we got the materials, which she did an unboxing video, and I will have to put that up later, but we ended up ordering the Good and the Beautiful level K. This, so far, we have been doing it for a week. This has given her so much confidence. One, because she knows a little bit more. We've skipped lessons because she already knew it. I mean, and we went through every part of it to make sure. But this little reader right here, she read for probably 30 minutes yesterday. She loves it because she can read it. And she says, even at the end, it's not that hard. Now, with that said, I am planning on doing level 1 right after this. We are going to have to do through the summer because to catch her up. She wants to be in 3rd grade come August or September, and she is well aware that she will be a year behind in English, and she is okay with that. So she loves, loves, loves that there is art in here. I can't tell you, we haven't got to an art piece yet in our lessons because I think we've only completed 3 lessons, but she loves it. I mean, she begs me to do it. That is something right there that tells me this is right. When I ordered that, I also ordered the arts and crafts book because she loves to craft. We have not done any of this, but it looks so amazing. She's gonna get to paint with watercolors. I just have to go get all the supplies. The other thing that she has always hated doing was handwriting. Now, before I even ordered the level K for language, I ordered the level 3 handwriting. She loves it. She takes it everywhere. She wants to do it all the time. She gets to draw. She drew a mermaid tail. She gets to color. And before, she didn't want to trace. She hated tracing. She's tracing. She's tracing. I can't even believe it. She drew a picture of a tree and a I guess that's supposed to be a horse. I thought it was a cow. But she cannot wait to get back into her cursive. I could have gone with level 4. Her handwriting was good enough. We could have done that, but I thought I would just ease her into it, and I'm glad I did. Like I said before, Heritage Studies 2, $5.99 at Half Price Books. How can you not beat that? And then Science 2. I actually ordered this from a lady that lives close by. BJU Press Math 2. Let me back up. We will be using the Good and the Beautiful for the rest of the time for language. I feel like it is working, and we'll at least use it through level 1. And BJU has a pretty good English too, so we're going to revisit that when the time comes. For science, next year for 3rd grade, we are looking at the Good and Beautiful units. I may come up with some stuff on my own. She really wants to do some experiments. I have looked at Sunlight's science, and they have a science kit with it, and that's one of my issues because if we're not at gym, I am at work, and coming up with all the supplies is an issue for me. We probably will not be doing BJU Press Science next year, but that's okay. As well as history for next year. In the 3rd grade, I can vividly remember, and let me tell you, 3rd grade was a long time ago for me. It was about 30 years ago. Actually, probably 32 to 33 years ago. That's how old I am. Anywho, I remember vividly learning all the states and all the capitals. So I am going to put together a geography unit, or I'm going to go find one. Let's face it, I am not going to put together anything. I'm just going to go find one that I think is what I want, and we're going to use it. And I think I found one on Teacher Pay Teachers. So as soon as I get that, I will let you know. And then also I remember having to learn all the presidents. They tried to get her to learn that this year in the first grade at the school, and I just didn't think it was time for her, so I didn't worry about it, and I didn't make her do it. It's just the way I am. Back to math. Just last night, I was looking at some scope and sequences from BJU Press, from Abeka, and from, what was it, Christian Light, because it comes in cute little booklets, and it's very cheap. It's a good thing. The scope and sequences, I've always heard that Abeka is kind of a year ahead on math, and Ella excels in math. She does very well. As a matter of fact, she's flying through this book with very little instruction. So, I was looking because I thought maybe that we needed something else. We did try teaching textbooks, the free download, and she likes it. She likes it fine, but it's just not challenging enough. She needs something else. So I was looking at the scope and sequences for second grade just to see how they compare to Abeka, and they're almost the same. And she likes this math, but I'm going to continue to find something else. She likes all of the color that's in it. She loves it. There are some things that are taught in here that I feel are more like Common Core, and I do not agree with Common Core whatsoever. I will not teach it to my children. I don't expect my boys to learn it in public school, even though they will. I will teach them other ways, and if I have to pull them, I will. So we're going to stick with this for this year for second grade. I am looking at different math. She really, really, really wants the good and the beautiful. If y'all are out there listening to me, good and beautiful, Jenny Phillips, hurry up and get all your math out. She really, really, really wants to do the good and the beautiful math, but level K is just a way to not up to her potential. Not right now. So I don't think that they'll have anything released for her in time ever. The other thing that we are using that she resisted at first, and now she takes it everywhere, although she forgot it this morning on her way to gym class, is Explode the Code. She is on 1, but again, she has 1 lesson left, and then we have 1.5. 1.5 is really, I think, more a review, but there is not too much review ever for kids who struggle with reading and coding words. She has got such, I mean, I can't tell you what the good and the beautiful has done for her. I know the controversy behind it. I don't care. I am a Christian. Jenny Phillips is a Mormon. I don't see any problem with it because there's not any Mormon teachings in the book. I have watched reviews where people just think that's horrible, but there's nothing bad in this book. We haven't got to the twaddle part yet. I don't really care if my kids read twaddle. I just don't care. So that's enough about that. But we love the program. She loves the program. That's all that matters. She wants to go to school all the time now. I was supposed to go to work this evening. Turns out I don't have to now. She asked me, can we please do school after gymnastics class so that I can do school before you go to work? And I said, yes, ma'am. What parent could ask for anything more? I'm new at this video thing. I don't know how to edit yet, so please just bear with me. I'm gonna get there. I will have a video with her unboxing of the Good and Beautiful because she's so super cute, and I will let you know how everything is going.